All right. Hey, sorry for the technical difficulty. First time doing something like this here. Um, hey, thank you for anyone who's tuning in live and just wanted to get this recorded so that it's out there for everyone too. But the first order business I wanted to do is talk about the free roof for a vet. Um, with how crazy this year got, what we ended up doing is having to postpone the install for this year's free roof for a veteran. In fact, I didn't even get to get enough candidates in because I wasn't able to properly promote it. So I'm going to do a better job of that over here over the winter, the slower season, and get a good candidate that deserves a free roof. Do that in the spring or early summer, and then we'll do a second one then again in the fall. So we'll get caught up, but it's going to have to come in 2023. So I just wouldn't feel right trying to squeeze in and getting it done with the little bit of roofing season we have left and trying to wrap up the jobs that I have on the docket. So I don't think it'd be fair to my current customers. And then if you happen to know of anybody or any organizations, just direct them to my Facebook page or my website, actually, anthemexteriors.com. And there's a link on there for for the free roof for a vet. So they just click on that, they can enter right there, or you can submit an entry for someone else. So, um, okay, the next order of business is I just want to give an update on Anthem Exteriors in 2022. So if I could come up with one word for this year, it'd be wow. Um, for how well 2021 started. Um, the start of my business, I just could have never expected the way that 2022 transpired. It was May 19th, pretty much changed everything about the expectations I have for me and my business and how I want to run my business. But even with that great start in 2022, it seems like we're going to at least triple the business, maybe more. But the only thing that hasn't changed in all of that is it's just me. So I didn't add anybody. I'm still the same person trying to run that many more jobs and help that many more people. And it was tough on me to not be able to help as many people as I wanted to because I know there's so many that I wasn't able to get to. But for this season, the end is in sight. There's only 7 more roofs scheduled and about 11 siding jobs to knock out, which those aren't as bad because they're, not as pressing for time before we get the cold weather here. So, plus a handful of door wraps and gutter jobs left too, but those were getting knocked out fast. So, um, as exciting as the blessing was of this year here for um, the season, here, let me just tip it or something. There. Got my assistant here in the background. So, um, the I want to first apologize to my wife Sherry for just how the season took me away and still is taking me away, and she had to suffer the most, I think, for it. So there was more than a handful of times that I was called to deliver one more bundle or deliver one more roll, and it was never at a convenient time or to a convenient place. But that's kind of what happened, and I want to apologize to her. I'm sorry, Sherry. I don't want that to be the case in the future. But um, and then I also found myself working evenings besides getting up at 5:30 and working until 5 or later. I would get into my office about 8 or 9 at night and go till midnight or sometimes later, and that's still going on at least 4 nights a week. So, and at 50 years old, my body and quite frankly my mind can't quite keep up with that pace anymore. So, um, I'm looking forward to a little time here to sort of catch up, get caught up on the files I'm behind on. I think I've got dozens of supplements to work to before I can get draw my paychecks. So, um, luckily though, I stopped drinking back when I was 18 years old. So otherwise, I think this might have been a doozy of a year. So, but luckily, I have no interest in it. So, um, but the good things that happened this year is I was able to help a lot of people And that's the part I like the most is helping them through a process that a lot of people have never been through. It's confusing sometimes how it works with insurance, and just trying to make it easy for them and get the work done in a timely manner. Um, but tough for me too was not being able to help as many people as I wanted to. So um, I still have lots of unread or unlistened to voicemails, unread text. Um, I think I checked here before I got on. I have 63 unread texts right now. Some are just from current customers. We're finishing up on certain things, but I have this bad habit, I think, of leaving texts unread because I think that's my reminder to get to them. But then when I get a dozen more texts right away on top of that, it gets buried, and then you know. So that I want to apologize to for just not being as responsive as I wanted to be this year. It's been tough on me. So and one thing that happened recently too, partially because of this, is I got my first 1-star review on Google, and it was from a customer that it was from a potential customer that I could never get back to, that just called and left a message, and they left a review that said I called them and they never called me back. So I guess I have a favor to ask of any of the customers I've done work for. If you're a customer of mine, you thought I did good work, if you wouldn't mind going on Google and giving me a review, that would maybe help raise back up that average, because before that I had all 5-star reviews. So thank you in advance for that if you're able to help with that. Um, and for those customers that are still waiting on me, thank you for your patience. I still save everything, every text, every message. I have a pile of things to do, and I'm coming for you still, so don't worry. So those inspections I still have yet to do from the newest storm, and some that are still waiting from May 19th. I'm still coming. Don't worry. This is probably my last busy week here with I think 4 roofs and 2 siding jobs going on, and then it kind of dials down each week from there. So, which leads me to my next part of this is the future of Anthem Exteriors. So, with everything that I've learned from this year, there's definitely some improvements and efficiencies that I want to add to Anthem Exteriors. Um, CRM, I tried one early on last year and just never seemed to make a difference. But I need to do a better job of managing customer files. Um, I have QuickBooks, but it doesn't quite fill all the gaps for everything that we need. Um, and then accounting and office management. I just need to get myself out of spending time doing working QuickBooks, I guess, and doing all that kind of stuff. So um, I need to hire that out. And admittedly, I want to spend more time with customers, helping customers, and doing what I know instead of putting numbers in boxes. So the other thing that we're going to do over the winter is I've got a lot of trusted contractor friends, and I'm going to do a lot of consulting with them and share the ideas that I have, learn from their successes, and try to apply those. Because there's a lot of us out here that are just, one man bands or one woman bands that are trying to navigate this and wear many hats in the same company. So scheduling, it was I was a little unrealistic this year. I think I probably inspected, you know, I'd say at least 250 roofs. I've been up on a ladder about at least 500 times when you figure in adjuster appointments and everything. So I just tried to go after too much business that there was no way I could have handled it all myself anyway. So I want to be available at the day of the build. I like to bring the crews lunch every day possible. I only was able to do it about 75% of the time this year. So I want to do a better job of that. Um, and I just have 100 ideas floating around my head that kind of keep me when Sherry tells me something and she says, "Did you hear me?" I was probably thinking about something to do with my business. So again, I'm sorry about that, Sherry. So the last thing I want to do, that's kind of it for the stuff about Anthem Exteriors and updating and everything. What I kind of want to do at the end is just thank some people. Um, it's a little bit longer of a list, but there's a lot of people that have helped me along the way. So um, I'm going to pause this just for a minute here and grab this Amazon package. So hold on. Hey, how's it going?
Hey, how's it
Thank you.
going?
Good, good. Have a good one. See you. All right, I'm back. Well, the cool thing is that the mail lady was one of my customers this year. So anyway, so at the top of the list has got to be my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for just getting me through all the highs and lows every day. Um, Thank you to Sherry for just coming along for the ride. She supported me in every way possible and been my biggest fan. Thanks to my son Connor for cheering me on along the way and just being my next biggest fan. To all the subcontractors and suppliers that successfully navigated a year like unlike any we've ever seen before. And I know because I was on that side of it for almost 30 years. So I want to thank my Coach Halverson. He taught us how to play better football, but he also taught us to be better men. So it was pretty cool back in high school when he would bring in other people to teach us about life, not just football skills. So um, thank you to the leaders I've worked for in the past, starting with Lon way back when I was a youngster at Knox Lumber, John M., John D., and Mike. Um, Thank you to my parents. They actually helped deliver some materials this year when we ran short on jobs and just for being with me even during the difficult times. Thank you to my messenger group of contractor friends. Um, we help support each other and we pretty much are throwing stuff back and forth to each other on a daily basis. Thank you, Bart, for taking the time when I first started to help me navigate the insurance software program and teach me that. You gave willingly of your time, and I appreciate that. Thank you to my men's group that helped me through a difficult stretch just before I started my business. Their love and support means everything to me. So thank you to Jim, Mike, Nathan, Reggie, and Dom, and others in our contractor fellowship group. Discussions we have are always thought provoking and always help nudge me to be a better human. So um, thank you to the Hudson Networking Group and for all the referrals and mentions you give me over the year. It's again more than I could handle, but thank you so much, and I look forward to helping each of you out in the future too. Thank you to the Redemption House that transformed our family, quite honestly saved our family and changed the course of our future. John and Justin, your leadership of this program is something special. And if any of you have a man in your life, whatever age, whatever addiction they might be suffering from, just look up Redemption House. Thank you to Cornerstone Community Church in Burnsville for accepting us into your family and reigniting our passion for worship. Thank you to all of you on Facebook and elsewhere, for your online support of me, just with likes or comments about the work we're doing. I really appreciate that. And thank you to the dozens of great contractors I had the pleasure of serving as a contractor salesperson. I learned so much from helping all of you. Um, and then last but not least, I want to thank all the customers that I've had last year and this year, and for all the referrals you've given me, and basically just on the job training every single day. I learn from every interaction, from every situation. I try to do a better job every time I finish with somebody. So I feel truly blessed, and thank you very much for listening in. And I hope you all have a blessed day. Take care. Bye now. So it's me. I'm back. For one more thing, there's one more thing I forgot to mention regarding the free roof for a vet. So, in lieu of us being able to do that this fall, one of the things that our heart has kind of been softened towards the homeless. Originally, I used to think that helping a homeless person was just helping with them with their addiction. But I think we've realized now more that it's a it's a mental health problem more than it is, somebody that's addicted or whatever. Um, but one of the things I've got is, so GAF rewards us with money for buying their products or GAF shingles. So I had over $5,000 available. So I've loaded it onto this Visa card, and what we're gonna do this fall into the winter is use it to buy gift cards, to buy snacks, basically to pack out some bags, hygiene, different things like that, and kind of create packs. And then, whenever you see somebody, instead of just having, give them $1, $5 or whatever to make yourself feel better, I'll actually have something legitimate, some gift cards for either restaurants or Target or Walmart or whatever, along with some snacks and maybe a message or whatever. So, but that's what we're going to do, kind of our way of using you know, the basically the success excessive anthem to help some people. So anyway, and if anybody has any ministry they're involved in, um, that helps the homeless, maybe there's some way I could connect, because I don't always, uh, I live in Hudson and work a lot of suburb jobs. There's still people out on street corners here, but definitely don't get into the city as much. So I'm willing to connect with somebody on that too, to put them in their hands that might drive by some communities that they can help out anyway. So anyway, that's kind of the last thing I forgot to mention during the broadcast. So again, have a blessed day, everyone. And thanks so much for listening in, and thanks again for your support. Take care.